Hey, good morning, Jamie Smith, CF Pro Tools. Just wanted to share with you today a new script that I've created called CF Lesson Links. And what this allows you to do is actually link from your inside of a ClickFunnels membership area, link to a specific lesson. Out of the box, that doesn't work. You can't necessarily link to a specific lesson. You can just link to the intro of your membership area. So create a little script that allows you to go directly to a specific lesson if you'd like to do that. And so we're inside of a members area here inside of the editor. So I'm editing my membership area. And so in this one, I've just got a couple of 3-column blocks here with some placeholder images thrown in there. And what I want to be able to do is link this first one to lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, so on and so forth. And so what I've got is just a little script here. I'm going to go in and grab the script. You'll notice that it's not a lot of code, but it's magic code. So we'll grab this script, and then we can go in and add the script into the tracking code. So we'll go to settings and then tracking codes, and then put it in the footer custom tracking. You can see I've actually already got this pasted in here, but if you already had code pasted in, you could just scroll to the bottom, add a couple new lines, and paste in that code. Since I've already got mine, I'm not going to do that. We'll just cancel that out, and then we're good there. And then the way you connect the links to link to specific lessons is each lesson is part of a section, and then it's a certain lesson number within that section. So in this case, lesson 2 is actually in section 2, and it's the first lesson in section 2. So it's actually lesson 2-1. Lesson 1 is actually in section 1, so it's 1-1. You could link to, if you had 2 sections and 6 lessons in each session, you could link to section 2, lesson 6 by going to lesson 2-6. And so what we do is actually click on, these are images, so we'll show you how to do this with images. It also works with plain links as well. But with an image, you have a field called your link URL. So what you want to do for your link URL, and this will only work inside of your members area, you want to put in your link URL should be the # and then lesson, the word lesson, all lowercase, and then your section number, in this case section 1, dash your lesson number within that section. So I want to link to lesson 1-1, so we just make it # lesson 1-1, and it will link straight there. Same for lesson 2. If we wanted to link to lesson 2-1, then we'll do the same thing for the image. We set the link URL to lesson 2-1. If we wanted to put, say we wanted to have a link within the content here, I'm just going to go add a new piece of content, and we'll go ahead and add a headline element here. And if I wanted to link this headline, this chunk of code, to a specific lesson, I would do the same thing. If I can get it to click in the right spot here, I would just do lesson and then 3-1 if that's what I wanted it to link to. And then save that, of course, and it will link to the first lesson in section 3. If I wanted to link to the third lesson in section 3, then it would just be lesson 3-3, and that will link to the third lesson in section 3. Let's give one more example here just to be extra clear. If I wanted to link to the 5th lesson in section 3, I would do # lesson 3-5. Again, the 3 in this instance is the section number, the 5 is the lesson number within that section. So lesson 3-5 is going to link to the 3rd section, 5th lesson. So hopefully that all makes sense. It's pretty simple. Again, we just grab our code, we paste it into the settings, tracking codes, footer custom tracking, and then if we want to link up images, we go to the link URL for the image and we paste in # lesson, and then whatever your numbers are, section 1 lesson 1, it'd be just 1-1. If you want to link text, you can certainly do that as well. You can link up using the link item here. You can also do it within a text block. If we wanted to go here and do a text block, we could go in there, and we have our text block here. We can open our text editor and we can link this piece of text. We do the same thing. We just click our link, we do insert link, and then the URL is # lesson 5-1. There we go. And then we do insert and then update, and now we've got text that will link to first lesson in section 5. So, and then once you're done, be sure to save your template or save your membership area, and then whenever somebody goes into that area, then they'll have those sections. So in this case, I've done this. Let's just do a preview. I haven't saved yet, so we'll see what it looks like. But what we can see here is I've got a little membership area where the navigation expands and collapses. So I can show that, and I can link to a specific lesson. So here we're on lesson 1 of section 5. In this case, I just call it lesson 5, but it's actually lesson 1 of section 5. And so that's how that works, and we can click these links and go straight to those specific lessons. So it just gives us a little bit more power in how to navigate your members area. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hope you like it. Grab it, the script down below, and just paste it in your footer custom tracking code, and then do up your links however works for you. Talk to you soon.